Hey Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, we I wasn't sure if you were going to be on, but I appreciate you joining us.
Sure.
So I wanted to just chat with you quick. I know you've got the kids there. Everyone's got the kids at home. Some of the stuff that's been working in your virtual consultations. I know that we booked a few. We're doing things over here to help that situation in terms of
Mhm.
having those people watch a specific video before they jump on a call. But what do you see sort of working over there?
So I treat the virtual consultation just as I treat an individual consultation. So I still do my outline at the beginning. I tell them exactly how the call is going to go, that I'm going to ask them a series of questions. I'm going to explain to them, basically, I'm going to credential myself and the practice. And then I am going to explain to them how cool sculpting works. Then I'm going to have them take the phone and actually use their hands and pinch and squeeze the areas. And then we'd go over pricing and scheduling at the end of the call. So
Hmm.
then I ask them questions about their lifestyle, why they're interested in doing this, what they've done in the past, my whole usual spiel. Then I get into how we're the number one provider in the Midwest. I get into um, my background, how I've done over 5,000 treatments.
Yep.
Benjamin. And then I then explain to them how cool sculpting works, that it's, the number one non-surgical treatment out today, and that it is a permanent solution, that it is killing unwanted fat cells in problem areas, the whole spiel, that what they'll
Sure.
experience during the treatment. And then I ask them if they have any questions before we get into actually pinching and squeezing. So,
So I
uh,
guess what's the difference between an in-person consultation and a virtual consultation, other than the obvious? It sounds like the
it's
pinching and squeezing is done by the actual person rather than
mhm,
you putting your asking to put
hands
your
on
hands
them.
there. Yeah.
That would really be the only thing different, and I have them move the phone around so I can see all angles of the tissue. And them actually grabbing it is great because they see then, how big the area actually is. And then I explained to them about there's different shaped and sized hand pieces and which one I'll need to use for them and how many I'll need to use. So I just did a gentleman for love handles. So instead of just doing two, we're going to be doing four applicators on his love handles.
Wow.
Um,
And
and
then
he's
are
in like
you?
really
Yeah,
good
go
shape.
ahead.
Yeah, no, he's in really good shape. So, for him, he probably walked in the call thinking that it was going to probably be two applicators. But then when I showed him, I was like, listen, you have that muffin top in the back. So
Right.
it's not just what I take away, it's also what I leave behind.
Yeah.
So it's really important that I make you look like a V, so you look great with your pants on or your workout shorts or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah. And are you taking like a deposit, or are you taking like half of
Yeah.
the
So right now we're doing a special. So I make them pay in full right now.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
and because got it. And they
Yeah.
got it. And
hmm
then
But otherwise I would take a deposit.
yeah.
I
I
do
mean, I
have
think
one that
what a lot of people, what I've heard, sort of I was talking about mindset a lot on this call, is like people having this negative mindset. Oh, if I pre-sell, I'll get a lot of refunds, and I'm like, yeah, well, if you think that way, then you're going to get a lot of people, getting buyer's remorse. But if you give a really solid consultation, like,
yeah.
and just think positive, a lot of this is about mindset, and you
Well, I
like
just
you
explained how
yourself
this is an
believing you can
amazing.
do this.
Oh, for sure. You absolutely can. I'm so sorry, you guys. How I really look at it and how I get excited for them. I'm like, you guys, this is the best promotion we have ever done. This is such an amazing way for you to save. And we are so grateful that we're able to offer this amazing opportunity for you, So I'm excited that you're going to be able to get the results that you want to accomplish and save money at the same time. I'm happy for you, anything that we can do to help, support everybody getting what they need out of this. So, and they're like, this is amazing. So everyone really has a positive mindset that I've talked to for sure.
Yeah. And how many virtual consults have you done so far?
7 so far. I actually have 3 today that I'm gonna have to jump off because I think I have one right now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to jump off and do that. But yeah, so I mean, I'm booking them every day, at least 3 to 5 a day are on the books. So, you
Yeah, and I
know,
think I booked a new one for you for tomorrow.
awesome. I saw
So
that one. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah. And again, it's just being flexible with your time too, as well. So I'll have to like lock my children up somewhere and
yeah,
and you have to find a nice background. You have to look professional. Like I have full makeup on, hair done and everything. So
yeah.
um
And Winnie just had a question here. How many new versus cold leads? So Winnie, I believe these are all pretty much previous people who've engaged. So
no,
they're previous.
I sold a brand new person who
Oh, you
saw,
did? Okay.
yeah, did a virtual consult, sold her. So I mean, I do have people that are new as well as existing too as well. I actually, the two of the people that paid in full right off the bat were both new to the practice. They've never set foot inside my doors ever.
And they just saw like something online or on your.
They saw one of my online posts, and one watched. I do a bunch of live videos too as well. One watched my live video, and then we did the consult together, and she was super excited that it was me doing the consultation because she's like, "Oh my God, I just watched your video."
Yeah. So just a quick heads up, like, so we're trying to avoid this no-show. Is I'm sending people a specific dedicated page that has a video of you talking about, the treatment. And I'm like, hey, watch this video prior to the call. So it sort of primes them a little bit. So hopefully we will avoid that sort of no-show, because a little weird that a couple of those people confirmed that they were going to show, and then they were.
Well, I mean, some of them text me too, because when you do Facebook Messenger, they have to accept you on Messenger first.
Sure.
So like, I sent them a message earlier, like, hey, I need you to accept me for our 3 o'clock consultation. So I can video call you. And they're like, okay, great thing. I mean, it was weird, I will say, because I was like, but things come up, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like even, in this, it happens, and then one was like, hey, I'm busy right now. Can I call you later? And I'm like, okay, we had our time scheduled, but you let me know what works for you. So, I get things happen and things come up. So it's not.
One other question someone had was what service you're using to take calls. I believe she's using Facebook Messenger or FaceTime. That's
correct.
It. Yeah, there's no other. We don't want to keep it. We don't want to make it super fancy.
I mean, you could use Zoom too if you wanted, just like you're using for this call. But I just think that most people have an iPhone except for me, actually. And but I have my work phones are iPhones. So
right, your work phones are iPhones. Yeah.
And then almost everybody has Facebook. So if they don't have an iPhone, you can do it's the same. It's basically the same as FaceTime through the Messenger on Facebook.
Yeah, and I think most people are saying FaceTime. You've had a couple people say Facebook Messenger, but
but know that if you do Messenger, they have to accept you. So send them a message before saying, hey, in preparation for our consultation at this time, you need to accept me so I can call you.
Now, are you calling from your personal Facebook?
I am calling from my personal Facebook.
So I may actually, if someone requests that, I may be like, hey, accept this, accept the request from Laura.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I guess I could try it from the work Facebook, but
I think the personal one is even better, because then if let's say that they don't show up, or like they just like they could, like, before the call, they could actually see a bunch of this content that you've posted, which is actually like, hey, this Facebook Live or this testimonial or so awesome. I really appreciate you coming on here, guys. This is super inspirational for you guys who are kind of down in the dumps. Laura is selling over the phone. She's selling, virtual consults. People are paying in full, and she is offering a discount, an incentive for them to move forward, and for them to
And just so you know, this doesn't just have to be for Cool Sculpting too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing it for all of our services. So every 2 days I change the promotion. Yeah. And this is so when our doors open back up, we will have money in the bank, clients on the books, and we can stay in business. So I mean, these are unprecedented times for sure, and we're all going day by day, but you
I
know,
mean,
you
and you
just,
have multiple locations. You have,
Mhm.
probably over 20 employees.
I have
Um,
60. Yep.
yeah, 60 employees that we had to
Mhm.
sort of put on hold.
Yep.
Um, you've decided to turn all ads off, which I think that's a totally good idea. But we're nurturing all the existing client, because I mean, we work together
Yeah.
for so long. We've got a big base of leads that
Yeah.
we can tap into.
And I'm still doing Facebook Lives and boosting posts because it's significantly less expensive. And then
Yep.
once I have a better idea of when the doors will open, I listen to the governor every day to see when we can open back up. And as
Yeah.
soon as I have a timeline, I will turn my ads back on. So
Yeah.
I just didn't want to waste the ad money with saying, hey, not sure when we're going to open,
Yeah.
but I will
I
tell
mean, I
you,
would almost say like, why don't we do a small ad for virtual consult? But,
yeah,
or just
yeah,
basically pitching like, hey, it's a direct funnel to virtual. But
yeah.
what I
And let's
understand is
definitely
like,
talk about that
yeah,
too.
we
So,
can.
but
I'm just
yeah,
saying, um, we want to sort of we want to stack a bit of cash before
yeah,
we do that. So
yeah.
that
You
makes a
don't
lot of
want to
sense.
open up the doors with nothing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, that's what our goal is. And you just really, I mean, this is not going to take my business down. So I'm going to do everything I can to, stay viable. That's what I'm
Yeah.
going to do. I'm fighting for it.
Yeah, I know
So
you're a fighter, and
I
that's
am
why
a
we love working
fighter.
with you. And
Yeah.
and guys, I really want you to be inspired by what Laura's talking about here. I know everyone's been sort of down in the dumps and kind of like freaking out and like, what am I gonna do? Like Laura is taking action and she has pivoted hardcore. I don't think you've ever done virtual consults, have you?
Never.
Never.
Nope.
So but you're like, you know what? I can do them in person and I'm solid doing in person. I believe in what I do. Why can't we do it virtually?
Yeah.
And that mindset is extremely successful. So
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, all of us have to survive, right? I can't be the only med spa in the country, so everyone's got to fight.
yeah, exactly.
And I mean, there's other tips too. If you guys want to reach out to me personally, like contacting your landlords, pushing out rents, lease payments, things like that, to control your cash flow during this time. I mean, I like Andrea said, I've pivoted hard. So, and I've thought about everything. So, um, contacting every single vendor, asking them for their help and their support during this time. And, Allergan is extending their terms. I mean, everybody's really eager to help. So you just have to ask for the help, look for the help, and help yourself,
Yeah.
is the
Yeah. And if
biggest
you don't ask
thing.
for it, then you're not going to get it. So
Correct.
you're
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
just going
it's
to,
true.
yeah.
I realized the same thing, like with our PRP, the PRP kits, or at least the tubes, they have expirations. Some of them are coming up, and I actually reached out and asked them if we could swap out, since we don't have the opportunity to use them, right?
Right.
Swap
Yep.
out for ones that are kind of have a better expiration date, a little more favorable. So I haven't yet to hear back from them, but I'm hoping that
They
you know,
will. They
they'll
will. Allergan already told us they will swap out any expired products. So if you're an Allergan provider, Botox, derma fillers, Kybella, all that stuff, they'll swap them out for sure. But just contact your reps. Your reps are here to help you. They're an extension of your business, and we're all in this together legitimately. I know it sounds corny and that's the hashtag, but you're not alone on a desert island. We're all experiencing the same thing. So, reach out for that help and they'll help you.
Yeah.
Just like your landlords for your leases too as well. Or if you own your property, your mortgages, we own a few pieces of property too. They'll just tack it on to the end of your lease. That's what
Yeah.
they'll do.
I think
And
a
there's
lot
different,
of landlords, they don't want to commit to anything just yet.
yeah,
But now that things have been pushed out a month, then I think they're probably more willing to. And it's obviously the end of the month, so
yeah. And so there's also, you can negotiate, say you pay a portion of your rent during this time. You
yeah.
know what I mean? So instead of saying I'm not going to pay rent at all, but you pay 25% of it.
Awesome.
So yeah, there's different ways to get around it. Every landlord's going to be different. So
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. Laura, thanks for hopping on here. I
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate it. I
My
think
pleasure.
you can really inspire a lot of people who are sort of like, oh, virtual consults, like I can't do that, or it won't work, or like,
No, you got to
it
try.
works.
And
You just
and
got to do
gotta learn.
it.
Yeah, you just got to do it. And I
Yep.
will say, working with someone like you, Andreas, is also awesome too. You have to pick great partners because you have to have people that are invested in your success too. And that's the one thing. I mean, we've been together for years now. So, oh my goodness, my son is starting things on my laptop here. It's picking the right partner too as well, someone that's invested in your success, which is really important. And that's one of the things I appreciate about you. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Because you had to pivot just as quickly as I did. And if you weren't with me, then I might not have been as
Well,
successful.
I was looking back at the text messages. It was like March 12th or 14th.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, what about these virtual consults? I don't know if we're there yet, but we may have to go that way. And that was like
we're
way
there.
before, like everything was like totally shut down.
Yep.
So I definitely was forward thinking on that one.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right.
I'm going to sign off
Bye,
here.
everybody.
Everyone have a
Best
great
of
day.
luck.
Yep.
Yeah.